Pain heals. Chicks dig scars. Glory lasts forever.
Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate all your support, of course. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Shout out to the 19. Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Here we go. This is wild. I don't know what we would do without places like YouTube, right? I mean, it's got its own issues, and that's why you hear me try and dance around certain words and all that type of stuff, and X, and, but the media does nothing but lie repeatedly, even when they're called out on it and it's proven that what they've said is a lie. Time will pass and they will tell the same lie. It is absolutely wild. And we're seeing it again right now. You are not going to believe what Stephen A. Smith brings up. The man has no shame. The man cannot be embarrassed. He's a liar. Everyone knows that he's a liar, and yet he continues to lie. And what is worse, ESPN continues to give him a paycheck. Monica McNutt, the wonderful Monmon's here, and she's going to nod along. Yet she continues to get a paycheck. It's a struggle, folks. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What is a bigger train wreck as an organization right now, the WNBA or the once high, mighty, and respected ESPN that is crashing and burning and will be irrelevant soon? And as that cable money continues to dry up, they will not be able to pay the bills with the ratings that they get. Which one's worse, WNBA or ESPN? But let's take a little listen. This is another narrative that I know is coming, by the way. And shout out to Logo 3 Army, who is currently sitting out a 7-day suspension on Twitter because of something she said last night in defense of Caitlin Clark with all that was going on. Turned me on to, I don't know how I missed it, but onto a video by Danny Dummy on for Outkick, who's butthurt about Caitlin Clark. I did a video on that. It's all done. It's ready to go. I'm not sure if I'm going to upload it or not. I may. We'll see how it goes. But basically, Dan had a similar argument to what Stephen A. gets into. So again, it's the media, whether it's ESPN, whether it's Outkick, all combining forces to attack Caitlin Clark, right? When they're not the victim, they play victim. And then when there's a person who actually is the victim, but it doesn't fit the narrative they want to tell, that person becomes the instigator. Let's take a listen to this crap.
Clearly, when it comes to Caitlin Clark, there's some resentment, as I've articulated before. What people are missing, Monica, is I have no problem with it whatsoever. Oh. Okay, yes, there's resentment because, first of all, you're absolutely right. This is much ado about nothing. In the heat of competition, tempers flare. You know, last time I checked, women got tempers just like men do. Ain't no problem. Ain't no problem at all. Ain't no big deal at all. I love it.
Problem. Ain't a big deal. Ain't a big deal at all. What is it exactly that, I mean, is this a market research thing, Stephen? Do you feel that you're targeting a certain audience and that's why you speak like this? Because I've heard you speak when you're not, say, I don't know, on ESPN and doing your media shtick, and it is not the same.
Personally, now here's the thing about it, because I want to make sure everybody understands what I'm about to say. Caitlin Clark being that golden goose per se, that rising tide that's lifting all boats. I stand by my past proclamations that there's resentment towards her because of that. But I want to take it a step further. There's also resentment towards her because she instigates resentment towards
He instigates resentment toward her.
Towards her sometime. Oh, Caitlin could clap at you now. Yes. Caitlin can antagonize you now. Remember in...
All right, he's going to get into something and you're going to be like, really? Really? But again, Caitlin Clark talks trash on the court. None of her fans have ever denied that. And by the way, I have never gone after any other player who was talking trash. Michael Jordan was a huge trash talker. Larry Bird was a huge trash talker. Kobe Bryant was a huge trash talker. Some of the greatest players to ever play the game were also great trash talkers. But that is different than what we were seeing with how Caitlin Clark is treated on the court. And just like Dan Dum Dum in his video, Stephen A. here talks about like this is some isolated incident, as if there weren't all those flagrant fouls last year, right? As if Natasha Cloud wasn't clutching and grabbing Caitlin Clark 94 feet, as if Ryan Howard wasn't clutching and grabbing Caitlin Clark for 94 feet. JC Sheldon last night, there's a great picture going around where Caitlin Clark's beating her off the dribble, and she literally has a squeeze on Caitlin Clark's upper arm, digging those fingernails into her upper arm. Okay. And again, hey, I have no problem with tempers either, but the eye again, then the shove, and then Marina Mayberry blindsiding her. That is different than tempers flaring and people talking trash. But wait, there's more. Yeah, you're going to love this.
College, doggy. Remember in college, Eminem, the whole Angel Reese thing with her started because when Caitlyn was giving it to everybody else, she was the one waving in their face. And that's why when Angel Reese and LSU got a hold of her, Angel Reese was like, yeah, it's your turn. That's where it came from. It was
Is a complete lie. Stephen A. Smith, you are an effing mother liar, you little bitch. Yeah, I'm going to spell it because, I don't want to get myself in trouble. I know a lot of people drop stuff, but hey, so this is a lie. This is 100% a lie. This is disgusting that he's still perpetrating this lie. These are not media people. Do you understand what I'm saying here? These are garbage. Why is that still going? Stop going. This is garbage for him to keep putting this out there so he can trash Caitlin Clark, so he can defend Angel Reese. My Wi-Fi was going funky. That's why I kept trying to go and not go and all this other stuff. But anyway, yeah. So, and we're going to get to that because I have it lined up. In fact, what's crazy as Nay, thank you for doing this. Responded to this on X with, hey, wait, what about this, right? So I didn't have to go find it. Y'all remember this? Haley Van Lith? Keep in mind what Stephen A. Smith just said. Here we are, over 2 years later, and Stephen A. just gave you a whole speech as if it were true that Caitlin Clark was not only doing the "you can't see me," but she was doing it to a whole bunch of other players. So therefore, we're going to justify Angel Reese's behavior after that game, following Caitlin Clark around doing that, pointing to her ring finger over and over, trashing her on social media live after the game. Talk about someone living in your head rent free. But wait, Stephen A.
Clark did the "you can't see me" gesture. It was against Louisville.
Yeah.
And it looked like it was directed towards you. Walk me through it from your vantage point.
Right after the game, I texted her and I was like, the media is dumb. I'm sorry. They just make stuff up. And then they just put it all over the internet and everyone thinks it's true. We were laughing about it because she did it to her strength coach. She didn't do it to anyone on our team, especially me. I didn't even see it in the game. I was probably, dribbling the ball up the court after she just hit a 3 in our face. It's just funny how camera angles and perceptions are skewed.
I love, she said, media's wrong. You guys are dumb.
It was hilarious. We laughed about it after. So my perception, I don't even have one because I didn't even know what happened until I saw it over Instagram later.
Is she wrong though? Is the media not dumb? I mean, maybe I'll give some of them a little bit of credit. The ones that are smart enough to know that they just keep repeating the lie and over. It doesn't matter if someone brings some proof, because you can't tell me that Stephen A. Smith has not had someone bring this to him. And yet, in order to continue with his lie, with his narrative, he is going to keep repeating that story on a huge platform, right? I may be getting this to a couple thousand of you. Stephen A. Smith is getting this lie over and over and over again out to millions and millions of people. And yeah, you know what? I got to say, it is frustrating. On the other hand, at least there is this alternative, and some of you know that. But here's where I say they're burning the entire thing down, because why? When you see stuff like this over and over again, why would you ever believe Stephen A. Smith on anything? By the way, did you notice Monica McNutt nodding along like the seal? Yeah, right. Because she and Monica knows it's not true either. Haley Van Lith is right. The media is dumb. And yet they continue to put this out there because they have a narrative to push because it's not about basketball. It never was. Stephen A. Smith is not a basketball guy. Okay. That's not why he was hired. He's a clown. He is a clown. And we are getting the lie over and over again. I'm going to leave it there because I could go on and on. And hey, guess what, though? The Indiana Fever play again tomorrow. We can get back to some basketball, although who knows what they're. I believe they just signed, oh, what's her name? You all are going to kill me. Who's the guard that the Fever cut? South Carolina. Oh man, South Carolina. Right. I don't think she's a big fan of Caitlin Clark as we'd seen in the past from her social media. Golden State Valkyries just signed her, and that's who they play tomorrow night. Br- br- uh, oh my gosh, something Hill. Am I? I'm right, right? I feel like pausing this and then saying it and be like, "Oh, I remembered," but I'm gonna let you all hit me up in the comments. You'll let me know. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. What do you think of all this? Because we're gonna keep getting it, y'all. And I know some people say don't push back, but you can't because how many people are gonna believe Stephen A. Smith if there's no one out there saying, "Hey, man, that's a lie"? Because again, why would you 2 years later, 2+ years later, why would you think, hey, Stephen A might not be telling the truth about that? I mean, because why would you lie about like it's such a dumb I mean, I get it. They have a narrative. They want to like let Angel off the hook. They want to paint Caitlin Clark as a villain so they can go in with all their other stuff. But really, why would you lie about something that's so easily checked? Because most people won't check. It's just like why you lie about headlines. I saw a Sports Illustrated headline the other day that said Angel Reese trademarked me bound, but that's a lie. But how many people would read the article? And when I say it's a lie, I should say maybe okay, that's wrong. She applied. It takes at least like 6 months. She may not get it because other people were selling merchandise already. Like it's much more complicated. But it is not true that she got the trademark. But that's what Sports Illustrated put in the headline of their article. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate it so much. Go have the day you deserve, and I will talk to you later.